You guys, welcome to your week. This is so bad it's good. We're doing 2 weeks in a row of where in the world is Sophie Ross? Sophie last week was in France, calling us from France, which was big for the show. She wasn't at the Olympics. She was just in France. And I believe she is back and she is with us again. We are blessed 2 weeks in a row. So the one, the only Sophie Ross, how the hell are you doing? Where are you?
Hi, this episode is my mea culpa, my Olivia Culpo for having really bad like sound last week when I was in France. So please accept my apologies.
Wait, you guys, she was in the room with her friend that she was on the trip with, and her friend took a picture of her underneath all of the covers while Sophie was I didn't realize it was like a hostage situation where she was like literally hiding under blankets trying not to hear the podcast.
I was like, I'm sorry, like I will put on headphones so you won't hear Ryan, but like I scream. Like I scream when I just do. Like I'm screaming right now. It might not seem like it, or maybe it does. I don't know, but I'm screaming.
So wait, so how was the rest of the trip? Did you live, laugh, love?
It was so nice. It was so nice. We actually ended up seeing there was windsurfing in Marseille, which was where we were. So we saw the Olympics for free. So that was cool. And yeah, it was just like, it's a really cool city. So if you're, considering some off the beaten trail part of France to visit,
Marseille.
Wow. Merci, Marseille. Yeah, it was really cool. And it was just like a nice little refresh. So, yeah. And now I was like, okay, I need to record with Ryan. I took a nap because we were apartment hunting all day and I was really tired. And Ryan, it was like time to record with Ryan. And then my mom was texting me, yelling at me about the wedding invitation. So
yeah, we got to get those out, Sophie. We got to get those. People are waiting to make their plans
with you. And I was like, oh my God, sorry. Like,
say, mom, I'll be better on the second wedding. I swear. Like this is give me one. Come on.
Yeah, seriously.
It is wild. That wedding is it's coming up.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Me and Rebecca were talking about it the other day. We were like, wow, we gotta make the flights and all that. So I was like, wow, this is really, and we don't have to do anything for it. It's all you. So the amount of that's why we were wondering, were you going to France? Like, are you potentially going to fake your death and get a new identity and just like leave the country at some point?
Honestly, I'd be lying if I said it like didn't cross my mind to just like start over, escape all of this.
Yeah. all of this glamour. You need to escape all of it.
Please, like, if you're considering getting married, just elope. Like, you don't need the whole wedding thing. It's a lot of stress that is not necessary. All that matters is that you're marrying the love of your life. Like, all the stress that comes along with wedding planning. Like, yes, I'm excited to celebrate with all of our loved ones, but like, it's not the most important thing.
Well,
everyone's treating it like it is, and
I only know that because I watched that season of Vanderpump Rules with Brittany and Jax at the Kentucky Castle. So a lot of stress. I'm getting married. Well, listen.
Wait, my friend and I when we were in France, we kept saying we need to get our sparkle back.
Brittany's got her sparkle back. Well, by the way, I guess we'll jump right into it. Brittany does look like she has her sparkle back, but what a bad time to get your sparkle back because, listen, and this is a lot of PR machines at work. Who knows what to believe, but Brittany has been spotted with this new gentleman. His name's Tanner something. Have you seen this, Sophie?
Yeah, apparently he's from The Bachelorette. I mean, he's a Bachelorette contestant. Was it on Jen's season, Charity season? I don't know. I stopped watching that show.
His name's Tanner Cortad. And
that's a fake name. That's a fake name.
That's an alias. Well, but I was gonna say like.
That's like Lindsay Hubbard's baby daddy's name. It's like Tate McRae. They all have the same fake name.
Yeah. Skipper. Wait, what is it? Skipper Tapper. Johnson. Yeah, Tapper. Well, yeah, they all seem like they could be like characters on Southern Charm. They all went to the same frat together.
By the way, okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, jump all around.
Okay. What? I'm watching, as you guys know, I am on my Survivor journey.
Yeah.
I'm on season 24, actually in the finale of season 24 of Survivor One World. Guess who was on this season of Survivor? A Bravo person.
Oh,
you know who I'm going to say?
I should know this. Wait, who is it?
Chelsea from Southern Charm.
Okay. I was like,
she makes it, spoiler alert, even though this season is from 2011, she makes it all the way to the finale. She makes it really far in the show. I had no idea that she was on Survivor.
You just spoiled 2011 Survivor for a lot of people.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Wow, you just wasted that, guys. The Titanic boat in that movie, it crashes at the end. Kate Winslet kicks Leo into the ocean. Like, he lets that kid die. Hate to spoil that for everybody. Sixth Sense, that kid, the kid sees dead people. Bruce Willis was dead the entire time.
Okay, but actually though, like, that was mean. That was mean to spoil, because there is someone who's Sixth Sense. That there is going to be someone who watches that movie and they're like, damn it, Ryan.
If I've spoiled, I'm happy to give $5 to the people that I've spoiled the Sixth Sense for. I'm happy. You know what?
I'll go. Shutter Island. Leonardo DiCaprio is the crazy person the whole time.
Whoa. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, spoiler alert for life. We all die. Hey-o. Okay.
Hey-o.
And I ruined it. Wait. So was Chelsea good on that season of Survivor? She made it all the way to the end, so she was great. She makes it all
the way to the end. She's like so hot, so beautiful, so perfect, so like badass.
I love her on Southern Charm.
Challenges.
I loved her.
Oh my God, obsessed with her. I loved her when she was on Southern Charm, but like, oh my God, my girl crush on her now after watching her on Survivor is crazy. I was just like, wait, that's Chelsea from Southern Charm. Like, why did no one tell me this?
Wasn't Shep and Austin fighting over her? Wasn't that like a storyline with Chelsea on Southern Charm?
Yes.
God,
and then
I was so bummed when she wasn't on.
She ended up like dating / sleeping with Austin, which just goes to show there's some sort of like allure that Austin has in person. I know that he's tall, but like the fact that he was able to bag Chelsea, like she is so hot. Like I was reading about her on Survivor Reddit. People call her like maybe one of the Survivor Reddit. People call her maybe the hottest contestant to ever compete on Survivor. Like she's that hot in that season.
Wait, what about Richard Hatch first season? I know it's a guy, but that's like
Richard Hatch. Yeah, he's up there too. Okay, sorry, we can go back to
I'm knee deep in Survivor Reddit. Like these are all
that's me. That's my life now.
Knee deep in Survivor Reddit. Well, I'm happy that you saw Chelsea. I would love to talk to Chelsea. I wonder if she would do an interview just to talk about Survivor and Southern Charm at this point.
Oh my God,
really interesting.
Please.
And to see, but by the way, back to Austin, I don't think Austin probably has a no uggo policy. Like it seems like it's always like really attractive females.
Yeah,
like, truly,
I mean, he gets hot girls. And remember, I met him at a summer house party once, and I was bewitched.
Of course you were.
Wait, also remember the one time I met him? I was like watching that episode when it aired, and he was like, "There are no hot girls at this party."
Oh, great. Okay, back to Brittany Sparkle. Yeah. Brittany Sparkle. So I will say this, like if no offense to any reality star or Bravo, like celebrity or Bachelor person, but if listen, Jax Taylor or somebody on The Bachelor, they both have their I'm sorry, can't we just get a normal person? It's got to be a cast member from The Bachelor or come on.
No, we can't get a normal person because it's like literally for PR. Like
see, that's what I never trusted. I never trusted then.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
Well,
she's
this guy in
full glam on the date because like they're getting papped on the date. Like it's obviously for PR and he's thirsty and trying to extend his 15 minutes. Like, come on.
Listen, I'm always the devil's advocate on this show. I will say two things can be true at once. They can both want attention and both want to, but potentially they might like each other. Brittany has to be starved for some kind of like real decent male attention because Jax is always like, my stupid wife drinks too much. It upsets her stomach, yet she keeps doing it. Not a real woman or a wife. So you
want another kid to act like a mom.
Yeah. You better pull your shit together, Brittany. So like there's part of it. I don't know, like, but it is weird because Jax Taylor this week, and I did a very respectful reporting of the facts that we had that Jax Taylor had checked himself into a, some kind of mental hospital to work on himself. And there's been a lot of questions about this. There's not a lot of information, but it is interesting because this Brittany news comes on the heels of the Jax Taylor news. Now, what was your thought with Jax Taylor checking himself into a mental health facility?
I was like, I mean, like, the Valley is still filming, or are they they wrapped filming?
No, they've only been filming like 2.5 weeks.
That's what I don't get. Like, I don't get that part. So is he like gonna be like not filming for a little bit? Like, I know that like his brain is sprained. He's taking care of himself. Great for him.
Awesome.
I'm trying to figure out like what's happening with the Valley then.
Well, okay. So a lot of people, and I think a lot of people's first reactions were like, oh my God, is this going to be a storyline? Like Jax Taylor, 5150, like we got to get him into, like, is this going to be a whole storyline? And a lot of people were thinking like a lot of thoughts and a lot of like, not poor Jax, but because we've seen Jax Taylor on reality television since 2013, he has a certain way of lying about things where we're like, what's true, what's not true. But I did hear, and take this with a grain of salt, I did say this the other day, what if production saw that he was not in a good place and kind of said, hey, we are not filming with you unless you do this. Which would actually, but think about that, because that actually made a lot more sense to me in some ways, because think about this year that Bravo has had in terms of the reality reckoning, also in terms of the conversation with like Rachel Leviss in terms of mental health care. I would think that they are very highly like just really paying attention to how everybody is doing right now. Right. And I do think it's Alex Baskin, who has been with Jax since day one of Vanderpump Rules. No matter how we feel about Jax or these characters, they really do care about these people. Like, I think that's why they really care about Sandoval, no matter what we think of them. So I think they might have seen him going down a very dark, bad path. And also we saw in the last episode of The Valley where Jax said, I didn't end up going to therapy. It was like a long drive. I can't do it.
It's too far.
It would make sense that he would do that. Now, a lot of the other people are saying, though, why is he continually posting? He's posting, he's posting on his Instagram. He posted with his son going like, I'm doing this for you, buddy. I'm doing this I gotta get healthy.
So it's like an outpatient. It's not an inpatient.
Well, no, in the article, it said inpatient, but usually they'll take your phone away. So I don't know how that all works. And I'm sure we'll find out more information.
Maybe it's like his assistant posting for him, but like, why? Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah. What if Tom's old assistant, Anne, works for Jax now?
Hopefully when he's done with this program, he won't be a work in progress anymore. Like he'll be like,
there's like a good supercut of Jax at reunions going, I'm a work in progress. I'm turning it around. And I will say we're making fun of this, but like when it comes to mental health care, I really do think this is the right move. And I hope he takes it as seriously as possible. Yeah. Would I love him to stop posting and just focus on the work? Of course I would, but that's not anything that I don't think Jax, living the life that he lives, is capable of doing right now. So We'll see how it works. Like, by the way, if he was getting doing real work, he would quit the show, but I know he can't financially do that. But he did post something today. Did you see this? It was sent to me and I was like, come on, man, don't do this. He posted, this is so, he reposted a meme and it was like POV, a man doesn't talk about his problems. And it was a clip from Peaky Blinders. And he wrote, I've believed this my entire life. And this cycle is going to stop now. He said, I will tech my son. It's okay. But I think he meant I will teach my son, like a little spell. Like I will tech my son. It's okay. It's not weakness, but strength to ask for help. Okay. So
good for him.
He's right. He's right about all of that. It is not weak for a man to talk about their feelings and emotions.
Totally. And I know we literally spend a large chunk of our lives shitting on Jax, and this is not something that I am going to shit on. I'm proud of him.
You
know what? Yeah. And also like Simone Biles, look at, you know, what Simone Biles has showed us this Olympics, sometimes stepping back and taking care of your mental health is the best thing you can do for yourself in the long run.
I have a story about Simone that I was going to talk about later, but I'm so glad you brought her up because, you know, she is somebody that really did in like the Tokyo Olympics. She had to step back. It was too much. And she was talking about before she even got one of the gold medals this past week that she saw her therapist that morning because things were getting to her, you know, that she actually had her therapist there talking to her to be able to like mentally prepare. Wait, are you saying that Jax is going to compete for the gold in some kind of Olympics? Is that what you're kind of hinting at? Is that where you were going with that?
Yeah. No, we know. I think he's an Olympic skier, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm getting at.
It's cold this time of year in Los Angeles. Okay.
Snowing.
Okay, so I'm so happy you said that, and I'm in full support. The only thing I will say about Jax going like, I believe my whole life that I've always been told men can't show emotions. Yes and no. Like, yes, but also we've now seen like 10 years of Jax being like saying the same things. Like I remember that last season when he was on Vanderpump, when he would like talk to Ariana, when he was doing that whole, like, my brain is sprained. I've got a real problem. Yeah. And that like, he refused, like, Randall even offered to pay for his therapy and he got called on it at the reunion because he didn't accept that help, didn't want to go. But we've actually heard him be told that men can talk about their feelings. He knows this. He does know this. Like, this is not a new concept for Jax, but I do love that he's leaning into it. And I really like, could you imagine a therapized Jax? Could you imagine, like, this is potentially a whole new revenue stream for him. Like, really get into this and take your buddy Sandoval with you.
I mean, I'm optimistic, but I also think that like Jax is maybe like one of those rare people that's like immune to therapy. Like, it's like Teflon, like whatever the therapist says.
Well, think about it. He 50 years on this earth or however old he is, and you have to compete with 50 years of a certain way that your brain works. Like, I'm sorry, some of us, like, I talk about this all the time. It's like my brain doesn't work like other brains. I have to do all of this stuff to like even just be able to get out of bed in the morning. I have to take medicine. I have to like talk. Like, I was talking to a therapist this morning. It sucks. It's not fun. It's like it's work. Taking your med. It's literally work. And I don't even make memes about it like Jax.
You know what they say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Well, I'm hoping you can because I really do.
Yeah,
I think
we're rooting for him. We
all have a soft spot for Jax. So at the end of the day, that's what it is. But it is interesting when this Brittany stuff comes in at the same time, because then your mind is like a producer and you start thinking about storylines. You're like, are you going to get Jax at like he gets a 5-minute phone call a day at the place and he's like, Brittany, do not see Tanner ever again. I need you by my side, girl. Like, you start writing this horrible fan fiction.
It also was interesting, like, timing that all of a sudden Brittany's with Tanner, if that's his real name, and then Jax checks himself into a mental health facility. Like, is he jealous and trying to like improve himself for Brittany? Is he trying to like win her back?
I will say, if one of my exes, like, all of a sudden I'm like, wake up, they're dating somebody from The Bachelor, I would go get my head checked too. I'd be like, this is not right. Like, to me, that would be like, you're dating another reality star? Are you kidding me?
But I mean, we know that Jax and Brittany are like going to be legally married for life.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're never going to divorce. Like, they can't like afford a divorce. So, so either way, I mean, he like technically is married to her no matter what. So,
well, we want both of them to be happy.
That's all that matters.
Curious how the Valley will cover this, and they've got to be, because they'll have to cover it with some real delicacy, especially if this is real. It can't be any more Reiki therapists or scream therapy like Tom Sandoval did this past season. Jax can't be in a room of like, it's got to be like real shit that we don't see. It can't be for the cameras. You all right?
I'm just thinking of Tom Sandoval's like screaming there.
I mean, we literally watched that man scream in his living room, and then Lala comes in. It's like, you all right, bud? Oh, what's up, Lala? I'm glad you came here. I was just finishing my screen therapy. What's up,
Billy Lee?
Billy Lee. Oh my God. Okay, so that's back to the Olympics. I will say, did you see this? I know the guy. Like, did you see the French pole vaulter?
Oh, his dick.
Yeah, the French pole vaulter, he didn't medal because when he was coming on the other side of the pole vault, the pole, his large, gigantic junk, his like unit,
Yeah.
caught up on the pole. And like, listen, that's the way to lose. And like, could you like, you lose the medal, but everybody knows how big your junk is.
Oh,
like, that's like
absolutely.
amazing. Good for him.
Absolutely. And yeah, I also like don't feel bad for him because like I feel like he knew what he was working with. Like he should have been working around that and preparing for that. So
he should have strapped that thing in. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some kind of weird like skims or like Kim should use this as like a skims opportunity to advertise of like,
oh my God, that's a great idea.
Yeah, your junk wouldn't fly around with Olympic skims.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea.
Are you guys watching the Olympics as much as I am?
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to. It's like we have jobs, so.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not like waking up at 7. I'm watching the nighttime stuff.
But it's always your unemployed friend on a Tuesday that's like, "Did you see the fencing final?" It's like, "No, I'm working." But I've been recording the gymnastics and the swimming because those are my favorite. And they just started some of the running stuff. And I like the track and field also. So there are like certain things I'm interested in for sure.
The women's gymnastics though, it was blue, and the not only Simone and what's her Suni Lee, but the lady from Brazil, Rebecca Andrades.
Oh yeah, like they kept like showing her, and I was like,
wow. She's amazing.
But I also was like, am I supposed to care? Like, she's from Brazil. She's not US.
Okay, but Sophie, her story though,
I know.
That's what it was amazing. Like, no, but that's why it's so great to like the coverage they're doing is so good because they actually take you into her story about like walking 2 hours to the gym and the mom giving up her like bus money to go to work to give to her daughter so she can train.
I missed that part.
No, but it's like
I was really like, why am I supposed to care?
Oh my God, it provides so much perspective and I was blown away. But I keep thinking about that in terms of like mental health of Simone Biles. Like,
yeah,
you would never think she would be able to come back the way she has, because how do you not let your brain is such a interesting minefield that I can't imagine being able to perform the way she's able to perform, just knowing how much she means to people now. Like it's even more intense than it was 4 years ago.
Yeah. And also, given the fact that she is now 27, which is technically like really old
for gymnastics.
For gymnastics. And she's better than ever. It's like incredible. Did you see the little like segment that Beyonce narrated about Simone?
Yes, I did.
My fiance and I fully both had like full body chills. It brought like a tear to my eye. Like, I don't know. I feel like everyone can relate to kind of Simone's. I mean, we can't all relate to being like the greatest.
Listen, my Beyonce and Simone's story is also my story, so I can relate to it. Yes.
I'm going to make it about me, like I always do. But I don't know. I just like, you think about like rejection and tough times, and it's not about, these failures. It's about how you pick yourself up and what happens after the failure or the setback. And like everyone can relate to that. And I just think it's so beautiful. And I don't know. It like makes me like so emotional thinking about it.
Oh my God. It like every time I watch it, there's like some kind of like emotional moment.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think I was going to get into the Olympics. And then I was like, damn, this is actually really good. And like, this is inspiring.
And I also think about the fact that like, if you're an athlete, like Olympic gold medal is the most tangible goal you can have and achieve. Like once you get that, you're like, okay, I did it. I am an Olympic gold medalist. The rest of us are just going to be chasing like nebulous goals for the rest of our lives. Nothing will ever be good enough.
Yeah.
Like even actors who win an Oscar, like there's always something else.
Yeah. Like I talked to Countess Luann the other day. Woo! Let's go, baby. I was thinking about this watching how many people, and this is realistic thought. How many people do you think, young people and even old people, get hurt after watching the Olympics because they get so inspired they start doing tumbles around their like place and hurt themselves? Like people have got to be like hurting themselves nonstop, because I even started thinking like, how could I do a somersault still? Like the dumbest thought in my mind. I was like, should I try a somersault? Like obviously I shouldn't, but like how many people watch that, get inspired, and then go hurt themselves really badly?
So the thing about me is that I watch that stuff and I'm like, I would die instantly. Like I would just.
Well, you're not a champion. You're not a champion like I am. You gotta really.
I also have never even been able to do a cartwheel.
Me either. Yeah, I'm too bottom heavy. Like my big old gigantic
I don't
legs.
Have, like,
bottom
upper
heavy.
body strength. I never have. So
it's me and the French pole vaulter. We're very bottom heavy, so it's hard.
But you know what? When I was watching Pommel Horse Guy,
the little nerdy pommel horse guy.
I was like, why do I feel like I can do that?
Yeah, there are those weird ones. Like I was watching ping pong the other day, and I couldn't even tell what was going on. They're moving so fast, but I was like, yeah, I played ping pong. I could at least try. Like I might be able to act like I was going one way and maybe get like 1 point in on one of them. I know I couldn't, but like I was like the shooting game because they're wearing these like really sophisticated glasses.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, if I had one of those really good like glasses, I bet I could shoot a target pretty easily.
I'm obsessed with the one from Turkey.
Oh yeah.
The one that just like he didn't have any of the eyewear. He just was
like, I'm here to shoot.
His hand in his pocket. He was like calm. 53 years old. Oh my God. Obsessed.
No, I would never be good around any Olympian because all I would do would be like, aren't you fucking nervous? Like, it's like one moment. Like, it's only one moment and then it's gone.
And I know for a fact that of all people, I hate this about myself. I do not perform well under pressure. Like, I want to be one of those people that can like perform in the, you know, when the moment is like the biggest moment of your life. No, and I'll never forget last Thanksgiving, we went bowling with my cousins, aunts and uncles. I was on the bowling team in high school. I have always called myself a good bowler. I'm a little rusty, but whatever. I was going against my uncle and my cousin, both big guys. Yeah. All I needed was one pin. That's all I needed. One pin. And everyone was watching. Everyone was like, oh my God, Sophie, you're going to beat Uncle Rick and Philip. Nope. Gutter ball. 2 tries in a row. 2 gutter balls.
Yeah. My dad has a bowling team. All of his like old guy friends, they all it's really cute actually. And I've been bowling with them a couple times. And I'm like, I have a lot of strength in my bowling throw. And there was one time I got like 2 strikes and a spare. And everybody was like, Bill, your son. Oh my God, good. And once I started hearing those compliments, I was like gutter after, like I couldn't get it back on track. Couldn't get it back on track.
Oh my God, same.
Okay, so moving on to another, I guess, champion, Dorinda Medley from Real Housewives of New York alumni. It was announced this week that there is a spinoff show in the works centered around Bluestone Manor. This is in development. This isn't picked up to series yet, but they're going to make this like Dorinda Medley's Bluestone Manor, and it's going to be a little like Vanderpump Villa that Lisa Vanderpump did, where Medley will oversee a young staff as they welcome guests at the property. Are you here for a new Dorinda Medley Bluestone Manor show?
I wasn't like craving me some more Dorinda recently. The past few times I've watched her, I've been very turned off.
You're planning a wedding. There's a lot of stuff happening.
It's just like I deal with enough like alcoholic old women.
Oh,
in my family. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, on Rugged. What if your son died?
Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Oh, when she said, "What if your son died?" Well, remember when she freaked out when the people were like eating in her bedroom, like when Tamra and. She's like, I said no food in the bedrooms.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess that'll make for probably good TV. But yeah.
Well, listen, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this. I love watching Dorinda. I do wonder though, like Dorinda is going to be on this season of The Traitors, and I will say it must have gone really well for her because if they're already developing a new property for her with the NBC Universal family, I have a prediction that Dorinda goes far in The Traitors because they're giving her another show. And I think she's kind of off pause potentially. I do wonder about the drinking, like, you know, if like she's like bossing people around during the day and then at night it's like her in a scotch bottle and she's like, "What's everybody do? Everybody get up, everybody. It's time to do aerobics. Let's go." Like, I want to know if like she's still going to have those like crazy moments or if she's like on track.
Wait, when does this do you know when the Traitors airs? Probably not for a while.
Yeah, I don't think until 2025. I think you're gonna get it the second. I think you're gonna get it the first or second week of January.
Come on,
dude! I need to be on TV. I need this. My image needs rehab, dude. So actually, I'm really looking forward to Dorinda doing that. So that's good. I want more like shows in the Bravo universe. We no longer have Winter House, so I want to. I like when they use like existing intellectual property. You know.
Yeah. It also feels like we're just like right now we're kind of in like a drought.
Yeah.
We're in a content drought.
Well, tonight New Jersey finishes, and they officially, like, Andy's been going back and forth, but now they just say it's on pause. So I guess they took Dorinda off pause. They put Jersey on pause, and they're not going to even consider filming until sometime in 2025.
So what? I know I haven't watched Jersey in like years.
Yeah,
what is the whole like thing with Jersey being put on pause?
I think it's just the behind the scenes antics of the cast. I think certain like social media creators that they've reached out to. I think there's just a lot of behind the scenes nonsense and bullshit from a lot of different housewives in that cast. Obviously, Melissa and Teresa don't talk. I think they're just a real disjointed bunch. And I think it's not nearly as fun as it used to be. Margaret provided a lot of good housewife moments this season, but I think it was wasted. Like the two new characters, Rachel and Danielle, it's their second season. I think, it really is kind of shackled by the legend of Teresa in a lot of ways, because it is her show, no matter how you cut it. And I think, I don't know, like it's just weird. Like I still enjoy the show, but it's not like OC. I'm really loving this season. I'm like really enjoying OC. New Jersey, I'm curious how you fix New Jersey. I mean, Teresa will always be a part of Bravo, so I don't know if the answer is getting rid of her. Like, I don't know what that answer is, but I thought they were going to completely reboot it. And now Andy walked back those comments and said, we're just going to not even consider doing it until 2025. So I don't know. Oy vey is right. Oy. Now, Real Housewives of Orange County, you guys, I know you're one episode behind, but what have you thought about the first couple of episodes? Because this past week's episode is hysterical, and I'll explain a little bit, but what do you think? So
I've been reading a little bit about this week's episode. I'm loving it so far.
Yeah, it's great.
Like
it's
outside of Tamara, honestly. Tamara's killing me a little bit, but
well, Tamara's a necessary evil, and I do stress evil. And even in this week's episode, it's proven again, like, don't tell Tamara anything, because she will immediately, like, this whole episode, and it's the silliest, like, I love these bullshit fights. The new character, Katie, says that Heather Dubrow calls the paparazzi to let people know that, like, when her and Terry are somewhere, and especially at this Disneyland thing, and we see this very obviously, what looks like a very staged photo. So Katie has good intel, because she's friends with the guy that's in charge of all the paparazzi in Los Angeles. And I don't even think that person exists, but she says she's good friends with this person. She goes, I have proof. I have a screenshot. The proof is just like Katie going, hey, did Heather reach out about these photos? And the person just writes, yes. That's all. That's not proof. But anyways, at the end of this episode, Tamara knows this information, goes up to Heather and goes, hey, Katie's been talking about you calling paparazzi. And then Heather's like, I need to talk to Katie immediately. I did not lie, Katie. It's like really low level bullshit fight, but
this is low base bullshit.
Oh, we need that as a sound drop. But it's great. I really, and it's so funny. Like in this episode, Heather Dubrow drops it. What's that?
The Gina and Jen beef.
Oh, gee, you gotta pay your bills, Jen. You gotta pay your bills. I'm in real estate.
Like, shut up, Gina.
Gina's bringing it this season. She's on fire. And then she kicked her boyfriend out of the house. And
Travis.
like, I guess it's he's the most soft-spoken, nice guy. He's out of there, and I don't know what's going on with his ex-wife, but there's some beef there. I love, and Shannon Bedore, it's like, this is like, talk about Survivor, Sophie. This is a show about, can Shannon Bedore survive the season?
She's the strongest woman I know. So
by the way, and I love that she's going to be on that dating show on Peacock with Countess Luann, Giselle, and Ashley.
Ashley
and imagine Shannon, the Shannon we know, trying to be comfortable on a bunch of dates with dudes in Cabo. If you're going up against Countess Luann will eat those dudes alive.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed already.
What if Shannon starts dating Tanner? This is my new boyfriend, Tanner. I'm competing with Brittany Cartwright for him.
Or what's his name? Jason from Winter House that dated Giselle.
Jason wants, there are these people. It's kind of like yacht girls. Like they're just like reality stars for hire. Like I'll summer with you guys for a couple of pictures. Like anybody on reality shows. It's so weird. So the other thing with Shannon, of course, we have the John Jansen, Johnny J, John Bedore, John Jansen is now with Alexis Bellino. And I was listening to this interview with Carlos King that they did, which was actually pretty good, but it's batshit insane too, because Alexis talks that she wasn't going to do the show because of the new relationship with John and she just wasn't ready. But then she went to her psychic and her psychic said, and listen, her mom passed away like 3 months earlier. Her mom was in that psychic reading and said she needs to put her big girl pants on and go do the show. And then Johnny J said, I will pay your salary if you don't do the show. And I'm sure. I'm like, can I get a certified check, Johnny J? If that was true, wouldn't you have offered the same to Shannon to not do the show if you're so concerned about your public image?
Yeah, right.
Low base bullshit. So anyways, OC to me is completely giving. I'm very excited about that.
OC is great this season.
What do we got here? Let's see. Oh, I just wanted to mention Snoop Dogg at the Olympics again. Completely ridiculous. He was at the equestrian events with Martha Stewart the other night. And I will say, and all joking aside, do you think he's hit it? With Martha?
You mean hit it as in
made love?
Martha Stewart.
No, made love to Martha Stewart. Yeah, I don't want to use fog. I mean, it's that he's made love to.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think that, not to I think friendships can happen between guys and girls, but I also think there's a chemistry there with Snoop Dogg and Martha that's probably more than what we see. Right?
You know what? I also realized I don't even know either of their relationship statuses, which is why I just assume that they're both
it can be clandestine. It can be a secret relationship. Maybe they both agreed to do the Olympics this year just to have a place where they can
rendezvous to police.
Yeah. So we had Snoop Dogg in a equestrian outfit to watch the equestrian things at the Olympics. And this is a quote from him. I am interested in the horses that dance, and I want to give them some carrots and apples. Make sure they're fed before they do their thing. It's a great quote. Imagine Snoop Dogg feeding carrots and apples before they do their thing.
Carrots and apples.
Carrots and apples.
Carrots and apples.
Not carrots and apples. I want to give him a salt scrub and give him a banana.
Oh, Snoop.
Okay, and then another Olympic story. This guy has the weirdest kink known alive, and this isn't even about Scientology, but did you hear this about Tom Cruise? That he's been at the Olympics, and it's now been announced that Tom Cruise is going to perform a stunt at the Olympics closing ceremonies, and it's an insane stunt where he is going to
jump out of an airplane.
He's going to. I'm finding okay. He's going to be at the Arc de Triomphe. And he's going to jump out of there, but then land on the Hollywood sign back here in Los Angeles, I think.
Wait, that is literally out of Jeff Probst's playbook when he leaves a final tribal council.
Oh,
and then leaves with
for the reunion,
and then shows up at the.
What Sophie's talking about is that back in the old days, they would do a Survivor reunion. And Jeff would be it'd be 3 months later. And, Jeff would have the votes. They all voted and they would bring them in. And it was a continuous 3-hour block of television.
And he would ride on a jet ski next to the Statue of Liberty.
But Tom Cruise will not stop until he dies on film. what I just the guy had like the weirdest kink in the world. Like, imagine like that's your thing. Like, oh yeah, I want to jump off like high thing. Like, I'm a movie star, I'm a millionaire, but I also want to potentially risk my life.
I'm a millionaire. I also do my own stunts.
It's insane.
I'm never leaving the Church of Scientology because they know all my deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh my God. I just like, I mean, what even goes into saying yes to these things? Like, he sees all these competitors, like, I can do this. I want to do this.
You know what? It's so hard for me to hate Tom Cruise.
I know.
He makes it really hard. Like, I know that he is extremely problematic and the whole Scientology thing, like, obviously, but like, he's such a movie star.
Dude, we talked about this last year. When my mom was passing away, I was in this like in Gilbert, Arizona. I was in this room and like my mom never turned the AC up, even when she was fucking sick. And I was like sweating in this room and I watched all of the Mission Impossible movies. So like, it was like the most intense time of my life, but I was also watching these really intense Mission Impossible movies.
With Tom Cruise now.
Oh yeah. Like it was like dun, 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 dun. And I remember seeing that last Dead Reckoning Part 1 last summer. I loved it. This guy, but he's doing, and he doesn't seem scared at all. He's so confident in himself. He's so confident.
The bravest person I know other than Shannon Medore.
Yes. By the way, what if Shannon Medore, Tom Cruise convinces Shannon Medore to jump with him at the Olympics? I can't. Tom, it's my bra's not fitting right. Come on, let's do it. That's what Shannon needs, more people to like encourage her to do crazy things, you know? Oh, wait, Sophie, that's the other thing you missed in this week. So see, Vicki Gunvalson comes back and like, I mean, a legendary housewife, and her first lines are talking about how she went to the doctor and she has this, what was it? Not a disease, but she has this, what was it? She has some kind of infection where her whole stomach is filled with pus. And if she squeezes her stomach, a bunch of yellow pus will come out. And Shannon was like, how's your vagina? She's like, vagina's great. Vagina's great. And I left. I was supposed to stay, but I left the hospital. So it's like a Vicki Gunvalson with just pus on her stomach just escapes a hospital.
Oh
like,
my God. New comes in. Fear unlocked. Pus squeezing out of your stomach. What?
I did, but I also love that she assured us her private parts were A-okay. It's just the pus from the infection on her stomach. Anyways, sorry, that just reminded me to tell you about that. Okay.
Oh my God. Well,
yeah, positive thoughts out there for Tom Cruise. We had a big week in music. Now, Charli XCX, it's a brat summer. Happy birthday, Charli XCX. Had a birthday last night. Everybody attended it. The stars were out. We had the Glenn Powells. We had
I heard that Glenn Powell and Gracie Abrams were flirting it up all night.
Which Gracie Abrams, I thought, was dating that actor Paul Mescal, who used to be with Phoebe Bridgers.
She needs to stop hooking up with my men.
Oh God, I forgot. Well, you know she was flirting with Joe Burrow last week.
3 strikes, you're out, bitch.
Joey B.
Gracie, I'll find you.
Gracie Abrams, by the way, remember, is J.J. Abrams, the director's daughter, but also a really big musician now and opened up for Taylor Swift. So she was flirting with Glenn Powell last night. But you also had Billie Eilish, and Billie Eilish is on the new remix of a Charli XCX song, which is so funny. Well, it's not funny, but like her verse, like her part of the Charli XCX songs talks about like, I know Charlie's straight, but she knows I'd hit it. Like she knows. And by the way, Billie Eilish's commitment to dressing like late 90s Nelly is incredible. Like she dresses exactly like Nelly minus the Band-Aid on the face. But some guy on TikTok, TikTok is like another kind of hellish landscape. Somebody said, oh, Billie's just queer baiting again. And Phineas, Billie's brother, was like, yo, asshole, what the fuck? Actually, you guys kept saying she was queer baiting for so long that you finally pressured her into coming out. And I thought, it was great for him to stand up for her, but I thought that was such an interesting conversation because we all think people queer bait now where you're just doing it for the clicks and the likes. Like Harry Styles, oh, are you actually bi or are you just doing it for fandom?
I hate accusations of queer baiting because sexuality is so fluid and you don't actually know what someone's sexuality is.
Exactly.
Like, I don't believe anyone can queer bait because anyone probably can be queer, like anyone that you're
or have
about.
A period of their life where they've experimented, you know, like, but I find it interesting. That's how like personal we are now with our celebrities. And we have so much access to social media and all of that, that we just put out any thought out there, whether, I mean, myself included, we just put all of our thoughts out there, and we don't really treat these people like real people, myself included. But it is interesting to then have like a brother stand up for a sister and think about it from a different way of like, dude, why? First off, why does she have to say? She should be able to say whatever the F she wants in a song. And also, it's a fun dance song. Like, it's like, dude, you know how many guys talk about like nailing chicks in their songs, or like on the remix? Like, remember back in the day, like Jay-Z and Mariah Carey or something. Like, Billie should be able to do whatever the hell she wants. I like the remix. I think it's great.
Totally. And like, let your celebrities come out when they want to come out without you pressuring them. Like, the queer baiting stuff is so annoying. Like, the accusations of queer baiting, like, just stop.
Yeah,
Ryan,
I think it's.
Did you do the apple dance?
Oh yeah. Wait,
I think the apple's rotten right to the core.
Sorry, that'll be better on video, you guys. But we did it really like perfect.
It was like
perfect.
Really great choreo.
Yeah, really, really tight stuff. That's I learned that from TikTok as well. Okay, moving on. Zac Efron is okay, you guys. We had news over the weekend that Zac Efron was pulled from a pool by pool attendants in Ibiza and had to go to the hospital. And there's like a lot of like weirdness here in terms of the press release saying like he's totally fine, but people are like, well, why did he get pulled from the pool then? They said he had a swimming injury, but they won't say what was the swimming injury. Well, he is okay. He is back on the grind. He posted a workout photo on his Instagram stories today. He even put the date on there. And it's interesting because I think a lot of people hop to all the stories about Zac in the past because he's had substance abuse issues. So who knows? But Zac Efron is okay, you guys.
I saw someone say that he's gonna come out with a new chin again.
Sorry. John Jansen paid for my new chin. That's hysterical. That's hysterical. But but I know we joke and all that stuff, but like my mind goes to like Matthew Perry and shit like that, where you never know these celebrities. You're like, oh my God, is he okay? Did he overdose? Did he try to hurt himself? Like, obviously it looks like he's okay, but I think, I mean, that's another thing. We talk so much shit and we have so many Reddit threads and rumors and all of this stuff that your mind goes to the darkest, worst place possible with these celebrities. And he might've just stubbed his toe.
I mean, yeah, when you hear about a celebrity who, if you pay attention to blind items, has, you know, maybe a history with partying and yachts and stuff like that, and you hear about him being pulled unconscious out of a pool, yeah.
Wait, okay. Your mind you just mentioned yachts. Rebecca was telling me this earlier. I've never heard, like, I'm not a big blind item guy, even though like I liked them all. I like all the, but I don't really like. I'm not like Beyond the Blinds. Like Kelly and Troy are so great at that. I just never been.
They actually, I'm pretty sure they have an episode on Zac and yachting.
Well, because Rebecca was telling me like. Was the rumor that he was a yacht boy?
Oh yeah.
Is that the rumor? See, Sophie, I never heard about that until today. Because I heard you about the substance. I know. Dude, I'm starting to really be disappointed in myself. There are a couple things that I've just like completely like, I must have just not been paying attention or something, but I just knew about the substance abuse.
Where have you been, Ryan? And you call yourself a pop culture.
Zac was on a yacht with Lala back in the day, allegedly.
And Meghan Markle.
I'm just kidding.
Remember when that was the rumor that Meghan Markle was a yacht girl? I'm not saying she was, but that was the rumor.
Imagine you get to heaven and like you get to like find out all the things that you want to know. How deep into that conversation do you like, was Zac Efron a yacht boy god? Like how deep into it do you like is that like third day in heaven?
The equivalent of like an Olympic gold medal, like the pinnacle of like my life and career would be getting confirmation about Zac Efron's yachting past.
Yeah. I mean, no, those kind of things, it really is, because also you might be totally false. Like, oh, it was never true. And then you have to like deal with that. Oh God, it was never true. I can't believe that. Okay, moving on. Well, actually, I do want to say we are in yachting season again, and special shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio. He was spotted on we got his first set of yacht photos for the summer. And this is such a great time for celebrities, and especially Leonardo DiCaprio. He rents a yacht every year, or he gets on his friend's yacht. And we usually get about like 10 days of photos of girls in bikinis and Leo looking like however he's looking for whatever film he's doing at the time. But we've now like, I feel like I've been alive for like 20 years of like yachting photos with like Leo. So we're back in that time period again.
I love this for us.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Moving to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City really quick. Monica Garcia, you guys, if you didn't see this video, she made like a 2-minute speech at some launch party, and she went into it and said Real Housewives of Salt Lake City did try to bring her back multiple times this upcoming season, including for the finale, but she was stopped because certain cast members of Salt Lake City said that they would quit if she got back on in any sort of way. And then she went on to say, you know, these people also have made my life a living hell. They have made accusations against me, where NBC has now done multiple investigations about her over the last 6 months. And that the people that have stood up for her have been Meredith Marks and Whitney and Meredith both stood up for Monica. She didn't say who they were, but it's heavily alluded to that it's Lisa Barlow and Heather Gay. But Monica said they have offered many times to get her to come back, but certain cast members have said they would quit if she came back. Your thoughts, Sophie?
Do you believe that? Like, do you believe she's telling the truth? That like, I feel like she legitimately she's a danger to her fellow, because she is legitimately scary. The fact that she was like stalking people, and I think that like would be putting those women in danger, in my opinion.
Well,
I don't think Bravo would do that or like open themselves up to that. I don't think she's worth it. Like, yeah, she made last season great, but it was like a flash in the pan, lightning in a bottle type of thing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, listen, it's one of those two things can be true at once. I mean, I do think there are probably elements of this that are true. And I do believe that she was wildly popular. And I do believe, like you said, she has proven to be inconsistent with certain elements of her story. But right. I also believe Heather Gay went so hard against her. And I thought that was a little staged on Heather's part. So I think it's like two sides of the same coin. It's just that Heather knows actually how to play all of this way better than Monica did. Like, Monica got caught with her pants around her ankles. But listen, I now have personal experiences even with like stalkers and stuff. It's scary shit. It is not great. Like, so if that's how they felt, I really do empathize with that. But also, I mean, I've seen enough of the Bravo fandom where like, I would say a good 30% of us can be considered kind of stalkerish and unstable at this point. Like we go so hard for this stuff. So I don't know, but like, it is interesting. But Lisa Barlow, Sophie, as of like an hour and a half ago, was in Twitter starting to come out at Monica and like, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. Like, already. So like, they're already kind of beefing on Twitter now, which essentially when that starts happening, just go back on the show. Just let her back on the show then.
Damn.
Don't fight for free.
I didn't see that Lisa got involved.
Just like literally before I talked to you.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I feel like with someone like Monica, you have to just like, whatever she says, take it with a grain of salt, obviously.
Of course. Yes. Yeah. And by the way, it's like Tamra. At this point, the fact that people still share information with Tamra on OC cracks me up, because it's like, dude, you have enough video proof that she will use it directly against you, or she will just tell it to the next person. Like, that's her job as a housewife. That's what she does. And the fact that people still go to her with things. Yeah, I'm like,
exactly.
What?
It's like, weird. You gotta, like, I can't feel bad. It's like the French pole vaulter. Like, come on. Come on. You had plenty of ways to prepare yourself for this.
Phaedra has officially returned to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Phaedra Parks. Kenya Moore has departed. Phaedra is in. They are reshooting with Phaedra, so that's exciting. It'll be curious, though, and a lot of people have made this point. Phaedra, initially gone from Atlanta and made a really horrible accusation against Candy Burris. and the dungeon and all of that shit back in the day, which was just really horrific. And people are like, well, Kenya, we still don't know what she was gone for, but it was they've thrown around revenge porn and all of this stuff in regards to Kenya leaving. Well, why is Phaedra allowed to come back if she left under these kind of auspices? But I think it's like a different time. It's different time. And also the Kenyas, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious if they will have that conversation on this season of Atlanta.
I'm curious too.
Okay.
Ariana
Grande.
Also, Atlanta and Jersey are like the two franchises that I haven't watched in like several years.
You got to get back into Atlanta at some point. Well,
I know.
The last couple of years have
like
been really soft. Hopefully this season will be really, really good.
Maybe I do just jump back into it.
Yeah, just jump in after your 50th season of Survivor. Get it. Oh my God, wait. I was talking to somebody about you. Maybe it was about like you really should apply for Survivor.
Oh
I was talking about this to somebody, not you, but like really that you would really be good on Survivor, that you really should consider doing it. Like you are now doing the rewatches, which is usually that's what the Survivor contestants do.
You have to like prepare by watching the previous seasons. Yeah. I so would, and I know that they are currently casting, I think right now. So maybe I just do it. Just put in the first piece of paperwork. It's probably just your name and address. I think there's like a video that you have to do. Hey, what's up? It's Sophie. Hey, you should have done some of that in Marseille. I'm in Marseille on the beach. I just lost my sunglasses. Oh my God. Don't remind me. Please. I was having a good no, I wasn't. I wasn't even having a good night. So wait. So those never turned up in the ocean? You never got those? They never washed up on the shore. Wow. Shocking. Jax Taylor will be wearing them at his facility this week. So he's like, those are my glasses, Jax. No, I didn't take these. Katie Maloney from Vanderpump Rules was spotted on a potential date with Love Island cast member Connor Newsom. And this is funny on a lot of levels. She was at Laurel Tavern, which is right on Laurel Canyon. My buddy is bartended there for like ever. And I got to contact her and see if she was working during that time. She doesn't watch Vanderpump, but she's told me stories about in the past where she knows Schwartz because Schwartz will come in there and Schwartz will be hammered. Like she's told me in the past, but she loves him. But Katie's like this Connor. I know you didn't watch Love Island USA, but Connor's like, he's built like a brick shit house. He's like built like the Terminator. Like, I mean, Katie and Connor, like, is that another kind of Brittany and Tanner situation? Like it's for clout. Like, is it for clout? Because I think Katie's like F clout. Like, I think Katie's like she's like a rebel. Like, I know. Katie, I feel like Katie like doesn't give a shit about clout or like. I feel like Katie's about to get a Harley. Like, she's just so badass. Right. I also would have predicted that her next like love interest would be a woman. I know. I was kind of hoping that maybe myself. Maybe it's the haircut. Maybe it's just the haircut. Dude, I mean, like during those recaps, like, and the way she was like, she totally won with that. I mean, obviously that girl was way too young, but that was the creepiest storyline this season compared to anything Sandoval. When they were both after that same girl that was Scheana's, the girl with friend. Like the hair. Yeah. I forgot. That was so dark. Okay, so yeah. Ariana Grande, you guys, will be on Hot Ones this week. And there is something about this that I'm going to watch this immediately because I see Ariana Grande and I just don't think her body can process any of that. Like, I feel like she literally might explode. Like Ariana Grande, like she's so teeny tiny that I feel like she's just going to completely explode or shit herself. I just think she's so like affected, you know what I mean, where it's just like she needs to, like, everything has to be perfect and like she needs the right camera angle, she needs her good side. Like, I just can't imagine her on a show like that. She just seems like a porcelain doll. Like, I think she's gonna break. It's too intense. Like, right, exactly. Another interesting story. It was announced this weekend that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are teaming up again. This has to be not true, but like, remember Gawker back in the day? And do you remember how Hulk Hogan sued and won against Gawker and Peter Thiel? Yeah, the silicone Peter Thiel guy took down Gawker, won a very big settlement from Gawker. Well, now Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are going to be starring in this movie allegedly, and Matt Damon's going to play Peter Thiel, and Ben Affleck is going to be playing Hulk Hogan. Like,
There's no fucking way.
Wait, I'm so excited for this.
But Ben, like, hey, brother, it's me, Ben Affleck. I'm getting into character, brother. Like a big old, like, there's no, like, Ben Affleck would, there's just, I mean, I can't even imagine he would put himself in that situation.
Oh my God,
you know what I'm saying?
So excited.
Like, it's probably a great story, but come on.
I'm so excited. Like, nothing you say will change how excited I am.
3 more little things here. Cardi B is pregnant again, and she's also still like divorcing Offset. But I feel like this story it's like Leonardo DiCaprio's yachting photos. I feel like this happens so much. Like this feels like it's not.
Yeah. It wasn't like a surprise.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ben Affleck, J-Lo still in a murky situation. Who knows there? Okay. Britney Spears. There is been a movie. Her book has been sold. Her autobiography has been sold. John Chu, the movie director that's directing the 2-part Wicked movie that comes out this November, is set to direct the Britney Spears autobiography. And a lot of this is really weird because usually you don't have this kind of big budget movie about somebody that is like, you know, still like in their 40s. But Britney Spears movie is going ahead about her book. And a lot of people are talking about the casting. Who do you think will play Federline, Timberlake, and Britney? Do you have any thoughts?
Oh my God. I honestly have no idea. Remember season 1 of Vanderpump when Scheana said that she would always get mistaken for Britney Spears?
Well, I would love for Scheana to be able to throw her hat in the ring at least. Or maybe play Britney's mom.
Maybe it's because I was just thinking about Tate McRae earlier. What if it's Tate McRae?
Dude, okay, I said that. I just did a Patreon before this, and I said that, but I said that's too on the nose because she's kind of like a Britney type anyway, so it would almost take away from what she's trying to do already. And I don't know if she can act.
Fair.
Because like,
fair.
How do you even approach acting like Britney? Like, and
right. You have to have like a very talented, seasoned actress for that role because she's a very complex character, obviously.
Federline, it's got to be Chalamet. It's got, I mean, imagine Chalamet does Bob Dylan and Federline in the same run. Like, if he's like, yo, what's up, girl?
Honestly, like, you're what's so up, right. That like, would
imagine
that's gonna be what he finally wins the Oscar for. The way that you said that you were like, you're like Federline. It's gotta be Chalamet.
Gotta be Chalamet. It's gotta and also think about this. Because then Kylie will then start listening to Britney again because she's had to nonstop listen to Bob Dylan. And she'll be like, oh my God, it's Britney, bitch. And then like he makes her listen to Federline had this horrible single called Papa Zao, I think, back in the day. He like released one rap song and it was like completely skewered. And who would play Justin Timberlake?
Oh my God.
Who has the range? Who has the range to play Timberlake during that period of time?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Guys, let us know in the comments or
let us know.
Whatever. Please let us know.
Like what if it was like Glenn Powell or Paul Mescal? Jacob Elordi. I'm naming literally any like
listen, but also I'm thinking about age range now, and it's like weird. It's like some of these guys, like even though they're young, they're getting out of the age range where they could do this realistically. Right. So I'm like, I am finally getting to that point where like I don't know if I even know the hot young actors anymore, you know?
I don't think there are hot young actors anymore besides like Chalamet. It's gotta be Chalamet.
It's gotta be. What if like Trisha Paytas does it? Like they really like do like switch it up and they let her do drag. Okay. And then so we've come to the end of this here. I will say though, do you have any recommendations for what you're going to watch this week, what you might watch, what you've been enjoying? I know you've been everywhere. Did you watch anything on the plane?
Oh my God. Yes. Thank you for asking because I actually watched the new movie that just came out, Mother's Instinct, with Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain.
Wait, I don't think I've heard of this movie. Wait, is this out?
Yes, it just came out. But you know how like some international
in theater or online?
It's in theaters. I don't know if it's streaming. I mean, maybe it is, or maybe it's you can rent it. But I know it's playing in theaters right now. But you know how some international airlines will like have like the new releases on their plane. But it's the one with Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain where they're like moms in the 50s whose sons are friends. You have to like watch the trailer. The trailer that's like, have you ever seen a lassie? Na, na, I can't believe you haven't seen this trailer.
No, I've never. I feel like you're almost making up a movie.
Like, I wish I came up with this idea because it was really, I thought it was really good. Like, the reviews, I read the reviews afterwards. The reviews were kind of mid, but the movie was great, in my opinion. I thought it was a great thriller. So yeah, I highly recommend. Also, my fiance is like suddenly obsessed with Ryan Serhant. Like, ever since
Owning Manhattan on Netflix.
Yeah, ever since he watched like a few episodes of Owning Manhattan with me, he like was watching a YouTube video of like his like Brooklyn apartment tour or his Brooklyn townhouse. So again, Owning Manhattan was great if you haven't watched that.
Yes, it really is. Actually, it really is. I actually dug it. I'm into Serhant now. I will say I'll have a recommendation for you, and I think your dude will like this as well. Have you seen Abigail yet?
Oh, the vampire movie.
Yeah.
The vampire.
Did you not like it? It was I
saw it in theaters like a while ago.
So it was on Peacock, and we watched it, and it actually, I wasn't expecting anything from it, and it was like, I mean, it had its like cheesy schlocky moments, but overall, I was kind of shocked. I thought it was pretty decent.
I literally like saw it in theaters like the first day it came out.
Wait, I'm shocked you haven't seen Trap yet. M. Night Shyamalan's, which took number one at the box office.
I need
15.2 million.
Oh my God. My like movie theater bestie and I, who like, she's my friend that we always like, cause she has the Regal like movie pass thing, whatever it's called. We have been meeting to see Twisters, but we keep like, I was out of town now. She's out of town. So still haven't seen Twisters. Need to see A Quiet Place day one. And now need to see Trap. So we might just do like back to back to back. Like,
go see. I hear that Twisters in 4DX is amazing. Those chairs that move around and they like blow wind on you and stuff like that.
Holy shit!
Yeah, go see it like that.
For Twisters. Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, wait, did you
back, baby?
Yeah. Hey, did you guys
don't sleep on Claim to Fame, you guys? If you're missing like a Traitors type of thing in your life, I promise Claim to Fame, and they actually sleep in the mansion. Unlike Traitors.
Whoa. Okay. Once I found out they were like sleeping like in the same place, I'm in.
I know. It changes things, right?
Well, Sophie, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Good luck with all of the wedding planning. We are behind you 90%. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.